What's up, everybody, and welcome to By the Book Bonus Bets. This is Meg McDonald. My name is Sienna.
We're still in the same shirts.
We're still in the same shirt.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
TV magic.
Coincidence. But we're going to tackle NFL MVP now. We give you our short shot, we give you our long shot, and Meg, you kick us off.
Okay. My first short shot, if you will, is a Brock Purdy ticket. I went to Iowa State. Brock Purdy went to Iowa State. So give me a 20-1 Brock Purdy ticket for regular season MVP because he plays on one of the best teams when it comes to talent when they're healthy. No Debo, no Christian McCaffrey, no George Kittle through week 3, but Brandon Ayuk missed training camp. Once everyone starts getting healthier and once everyone starts getting on the same page, you have one of the best coaches in Kyle Shanahan leading this quarterback to victories. And yes, is he a system quarterback? Maybe. Maybe not, but I do think that talent is there. And guess what? This is a bet that voters vote on. Everyone loves the Brock Purdy story.
Yeah.
Mystery relevant. It's one of those things where Aaron Rodgers is not going to win. I'm sorry. I just don't think he is. People don't like him enough anymore. Brock Purdy has the story. People vote on this. Give me a 21 to ticket on former Iowa State Cyclone.
All right. Well, we're going with my short shot. Another likable guy who I didn't have high expectations for this year. I didn't have high expectations for the Buffalo Bills, but I like Josh Allen as my short shot here at plus 430. Listen, this is a process of elimination pick when it comes to short shots more than it is anything else. Patrick Mahomes doesn't look exactly like the same Patrick Mahomes.
True.
And I do think he's going to be up there in the MVP voting. Don't get me wrong. I think Jalen Hurts has taken a step back. I think a lot of the guys at the top have taken a step back. And Josh Allen, what do we look for when we look for voting on these type of awards? We look for exceeding expectations. This Bills team came in with a revamped defense. We didn't exactly know what was going on with the offense, with Stephon Diggs leaving and guys like Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid being the primary pass catchers. I think Josh Allen, especially in a watered-down AFC East with Tua being injured and we don't exactly know what we're getting from the Jets, I think it's Josh Allen's to lose. Give me Josh at plus 430.
I guess when we really break down those numbers, my short shot being 20-1, not quite the short shot.
It's fun, though. It's fun, and it's possible.
My long shot is a long shot, too. So my odds are a little sprinkle.
Well,
don't get crazy, you know?
Let's talk about your long shot. Speaking of a little sprinkle.
Speaking of guys that are just very likable, Kirk Cousins. Look at this number.
What?
60-1. Okay, now that we are through 3 weeks, almost through the National Football League, maybe the NFC South isn't as good as what they were showing through 2 weeks. The Saints and Bucks aren't the teams we thought they necessarily were. Is New Orleans really the offensive juggernaut that was putting up crazy points through 2 weeks? I'm not so sure. Is Baker Mayfield the regular season MVP? I'm not so sure. The Commanders made him look pretty darn good. However, bring me back to prime time Monday Night Football. Falcons, Eagles. Eagles laying 5.5 points. Kirk Cousins to Drake London touchdown after 6 plays, 70 yards, and 1 minute off the clock. It was a thing of beauty. It was good football. He had great protection from his O-line, and talk about a guy that people like at 60-1, and maybe a division that isn't as good as the first 2 weeks of the National Football League has shown. So Kirk Cousins, 60-1.
I like that.
Funny.
You see what I did there?
I did, yeah.
Listen, he has a lot of weapons, and we've seen it through 3 weeks. So we haven't really seen him reach his the highest of expectations, but Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, Bijan Robinson, who can catch passes too. I completely get this play at plus 6,000. Let's see where it is in a couple of months. Maybe it's plus 2,000, like where Brock Purdy is. All right, my long shot isn't much of a long shot. It's Lamar Jackson. I'm just getting such a good number on Lamar Jackson at plus 1,800. It qualifies to me as a long shot. Another likable guy. I mean, obviously he's an MVP winner, but this is a guy that I think with the tough start that he's had, I think with the Steelers on the top and with the Baltimore Ravens sort of at the bottom here to start the season, I think that lends itself well to Lamar making sort of a comeback with the voters because these odds were a lot shorter before. This Baltimore Ravens team is very good on both sides of the ball. They haven't exactly shown it yet, but if you mow down all these teams in a very tough division, I think Lamar Jackson firmly puts himself near the top, if not on the top of the MVP voters. So give me at plus 1,800, one of the most dynamic players in the league, particularly at the quarterback position, Lamar Jackson.
I don't want to eat my words here, but I hate this bet.
Because
he won last year.
Yeah.
It's voted on.
No, I get it.
People get the fatigue of voting for the same players.
Okay, so
the Aaron Rodgers, the Patrick Mahomes, like people get tired of that.
Yeah. It comes down to the stat line. It comes down to wins and losses.
Does it though?
It does. It does, because I understand your sentiment, but at the end of the day, you can't deny the numbers. So if all things are equal, then you're right. Lamar doesn't get it. But if Lamar Jackson leads them to 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 11 to close the season and starts rushing in touchdowns and starts throwing touchdowns to guys like Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, and Rashad Bateman, then all of a sudden people are like, we got to give it to Lamar.
Okay, I don't think Lamar Jackson wins this.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll
Kirk
see how this all plays out.
Let's go.
Yeah. Buy the book bonus bets. Look for plenty of more content coming from us. See you very soon.